Fire Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with a message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This will just be a general message, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read, but it's typically going to be about your relationship to something or someone in particular. All right, let's get started. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. Benevolent ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, those that come to us in and through unconditional love only. What are the messages that you have for Capricorn at this time? From the time they viewed this video, what are the most important messages, predictions, and happenings to, for, from, about, and around Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements? If this is your first time watching one of my readings, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, okay? Become an official sunflower. And to all of my sunflowers out there, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. All right. Let's do a few more. We'll get started. The most important messages for Capricorn. And one more here. Comfort, confirmation, or clarity. Whatever Capricorn needs right now, Spirit, let's give it to them. At the bottom of the deck, we got the Queen of Pentacles. I love that energy. This is feminine earth sign energy. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you here. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I got to organize this just for a second. The Hermit coming out first with the Hierophant. That's Virgo and Taurus. Heavy earth sign in this reading here. We also have the Tower. And I'm trying to see what else flipped over here. Sorry, guys. We have the Lovers. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Judgment card. The Six of Wands. Okay. The Sun card. And the Knight of Swords. Interesting. We also have the Six of Pentacles as the overall energy here. The Six of Pentacles is talking about giving more than you're receiving. It's also talking about showing love through your time, your effort, and your energy. Okay? Six of Pentacles. Let's clarify that for Capricorn, and then I'll get started here. What is that? Eight of Pentacles? Queen of Swords. I thought the Queen of Pentacles came out again. Nope, the Queen of Swords here. And the Star. We got the Devil at the bottom of the deck. Your energy, Capricorn energy. This also could represent a lot of fear here. I do see that there is a fear of abandonment. There's a fear of loss. There's a fear of not having your needs met, about committing yourself to the wrong thing or to the wrong person, and then ending up here in this Five of Pentacles. This is an energy of destitution. This is an energy of poverty, of grief, okay, of not having enough, of going without, of trying to make ends meet, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be financial, but since we have the Six and the Five of Pentacles here, as well as a lot of earth energy, I'm gonna say there's a tangible aspect or element to this, okay? You might be going through a particularly rough time in your relationship. I see you being someone who tends to isolate when you are feeling emotionally overwhelmed. You don't necessarily communicate to your partner maybe as well as you should. I do see that there is a need for you to work on your ability to vocalize or verbalize your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, what you need from your partner, what you expect from your partner. I see this being a rough patch that's going to create a breakthrough. And whether or not you guys end up together or seeing this through or coming out on the other end of it, holding hands, I'm not sure. But what I do see here is that you have a very strong connection to the person that you are in relationship with, or that you're in connection with the Lovers here. This is a beautiful card, a beautiful energy coming off of this Lovers card. This is somebody that you feel really sees you, really understands you, really knows you on more than just like an intellectual level. I feel like sometimes when we have these very strong spiritual connections with people, oftentimes what we'll do is assume that the connection is strong enough to override the fact that we're not necessarily communicating as well as we could be, that we're not necessarily moving through our problems as well as we should be, that we're not correcting behaviors that are hurtful or harmful to our partner as well as we should be, okay? Oftentimes when we have these deeply spiritual or emotional connections with somebody, we think that that's it, that's all we need. I never have to change myself. I don't have to grow. I don't have to evolve anymore. They see me. They love me for who I am. So if they love me for who I am, then why do I have to change? It's not necessarily about changing. It's not necessarily about becoming somebody that you're not. It's about understanding that in a relationship, both parties have needs. And maybe it's easy for you to disregard the needs of your partner, or easier for someone like you to disregard the needs of your partner because you tend to suppress your own needs. You're not always vocalizing what it is that you need and how you feel. And it's almost like you're not necessarily telling people what you need or how you feel or what you think honestly and openly, because you might be afraid of alienating yourself or pushing them away. But it's almost like not communicating those things is what's creating the actual distance between you. Because if you do feel so spiritually and emotionally connected to this person, then I guarantee you 100% that they can pick up on when you're holding back. They can pick up on when you're suppressing yourself. They can pick up on when you're afraid, when you're anxious, when you're nervous, and all of these things. And they might not be able to vocalize that, right? They might not be able to say, hey, are you, feeling okay? And sometimes maybe they do. And everything's fine. Everything's good. Everything's okay. Everything's all right. You can't gloss over your feelings and your emotions and things like that, and then also expect people to meet you where you are or meet that emotional need that you have, because you're not clearly expressing it to them. It's almost like you want people to read your mind a little bit. We are not mind readers. I don't care how in tune you are with somebody in every other way. They can't read your mind. And even if they try, they're not always going to get it right. If you really want this relationship to work, you're going to have to work on your communication skills. You're going to have to work on verbalizing the things that make you feel uncomfortable. And it is going to be work. It's not going to be easy for you. I think oftentimes you tend to isolate. And you maybe never had friends or close family members or a close group of people that you really felt like you can rely on. It's also possible that you feel like you are an emotional burden when you express your needs, your desires, and the things that you feel have gone unnoticed or unseen or unmet. It's like you don't want to burden people with your problems. You don't want to burden people with your troubles. But I'll tell you right now, it looks like the person that you are in connection with wants you to lean on them. They want to be your shoulder. They want to show you that love and that emotional support. They just don't know how, because you're not letting them in that way, okay? So even though you do feel connected to this person, you may be married to this person, you may feel like your relationship with this person or your meeting of this person was like ordained or destined or fated in some way. But I feel like you're going to end up learning a major lesson here, whether or not you end up with this person. And it's going to be about you needing to communicate when you're not feeling well, when you're feeling down, when you need something, when you want something, okay? A lot of this is talking about taking action, verbalizing, moving forward, and making decisions that might be difficult at the time. If you end up losing this person for good, which you may have, okay, you guys may be in separation from each other. You may not even be speaking right now. And at first you may not have understood why this person distanced themselves from you. You may have even felt abandoned by this person. And I think that if you look back into your relationship, you'll see how closely you were guarding your heart while also trying to ask them to love you. Pain and pleasure come through the same door, and sometimes we try to mitigate our risk of being hurt in relationships by holding back, right? Especially when we feel ourselves losing control. And I just feel like there's a part of you that's going to have to learn to take those risks, because great love requires a great risk, and that great risk is true vulnerability, honesty, and openness. All right, let's clarify the Five of Pentacles here for Capricorn. You may not want this person to see you as weak. You might also feel like if you tell this person, like, I don't know, not necessarily your deepest, darkest secrets, but if you tell them the things that have hurt you. Ten of Swords at the Ten of Swords clarifying the Five of Pentacles. If you tell this person how you've been hurt, if you tell this person the things that you've gone through, if you tell this person the ways that they've even hurt you, then that might, you might be sabotaging your relationship, or you might be harming your relationship, or that might be detrimental in a way. But it is really important for you to speak your truth. There's a difference between coming to somebody and saying, you're so lazy, you're so stupid, I hate you, you never do this, you never take me out, you never blah, 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 and saying, hey, honey, I wish that we could spend more time together one-on-one outside of the house and, rekindle that romance. You see how different those things are? I'm not saying you have to say it one way or the other. I'm just saying, do you see how different, though I was basically saying the same thing, just using different language and a different tone? I think it's all about the delivery here. I think that maybe you are a very honest person, upfront person when there's no stakes. Okay, when it's very low stakes, when it's very low risk, when your heart and your feelings aren't involved. You could tell somebody out, tell somebody you could tear somebody apart just with your words alone, as long as it didn't have some sort of personal or emotional implication for you. You know what I'm saying? It's important for you to tell people how they've hurt you, and also how you're hurting, even if it doesn't have anything to do with this person. You might think, these are my problems, I need to handle them on my own. But what is the point of having a partner if they're not there to help you process your emotions? Now, am I saying this person should be your emotional support animal? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. You shouldn't just emotionally dump truck over this person all the time. But you're not even like trickling or sprinkling on them. You're not even like letting them in enough for them to really see it. And I know maybe sometimes you've opened up to people in the past and their reactions were not supportive, or they weren't where you expected them to be. We're all human beings. We're all learning how to be in community and connection and communication with each other. So I wouldn't take it so personally whenever you open up to somebody who doesn't have the emotional capacity to support you. But if you are with somebody, the only way to know if they have the emotional capacity to support you is to give them the opportunity to do so. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, wanting to move forward in a more positive way. Page of Wands at the just under that. I feel like you would be more optimistic about the future if you just made a decision about what you actually wanted right now in this moment. Okay, no more dreaming about it, no more thinking about it. What is it that you actually want? Take action and move towards that. If you want to reconcile with this person that you might be in separation from, or just might be feeling emotionally distant from, it's up to you to take action on that. It's up to you to send the first message. It's up to you to put yourself out there and be optimistic about the outcome. Don't be so negative, like, oh, they're gonna block me, they're gonna ignore me, they're gonna hate me forever, oh, blah blah blah. And even if things don't go the way that you expected them to go, at least you put yourself out there. At least you gave yourself the opportunity to reconnect with somebody that you seem to really love and really care about. Okay, let's clarify this Knight of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Swords. You feel like this person is your future, your forever, your legacy, your family, somebody that you can build a future and a life with. This is somebody who you love very deeply. Okay, so what was the card at the bottom of the deck when I did the split? It was the Queen of Pentacles. Now look what's at the bottom of the deck. It's the King of Pentacles. This person is your match, or you feel like they are. You also feel like you could have a very happy home life or a very happy future or family with this person. Even if you don't want kids and stuff like that. The Ten of Pentacles is just talking about, you know, like living that dream with that person, building a future, working towards having a legacy with somebody. And the Ace of Swords represents clarity and communication. And I think it's up to you to take action and be determined to win this person back. If this is who you really love, if this is who you really care about, you need to be determined to win this person back. You need to be willing to do whatever it takes to get this person back. Everything within, you know, integrity, not just doing whatever it takes. No deception, no manipulation. I'm just saying, really putting yourself out there, speaking your truth, and let them know what was really going on with you. If they feel like, look, I don't feel like we're emotionally connecting, I don't feel like blah blah blah, whatever their concerns are, it's time for you to address those concerns. But take some time to ask yourself, okay, what were the things that they were saying to me before we distanced ourselves, or before things got cold, or what are the problems that I feel like I have? Now let me take some time to process that in my own brain, right, with my own emotions, before I even approach this person. Because it's not this person's job to solve your problems. It's not this person's job to tell you what to do. I think you know what you need to do. And I think with the Queen of Swords here, it's going to require a whole lot of open, honest, and vulnerable communication. And I think you know that, and that's what scares you the most. But that's the only thing that's going to heal this. If you look this person in the eye and you say, look, I love you. I was just scared to be open because every time I've opened myself up to somebody, I've been hurt. It's hard for me, it's difficult for me, whatever the case may be. Now, am I saying say that verbatim? No, I'm just trying to give you an example. Like, you need to be open and honest. You need to let this person in and let them know what you've been dealing with, what you struggle with. That communication may not have always been easy for you, especially when you're talking about something that's personal to you, especially when you're talking about things that have hurt you or things that could hurt someone else. Let them know that you don't, that doesn't come naturally to you, and it's something that you're working on. And I think that they'll show up for you. I think they're going to support you. I honestly feel like they um, probably want the same things that you do. Now, I don't see them on the spread, okay? I definitely see your energy here very strongly. But coming out with the King and the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I feel like there's this understanding that both of you are a good match for each other. And in some ways, I think both of you feel like you might belong together. But you have to be able to have that emotional support and that emotional intimacy within a relationship. And the only way that you can really create that is through a foundation of honesty, trust, and communication. This is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will be with you next time.